Hey guys, Todd here, and I wanted to tell you about what's about to happen to me and whether or not I'm going to be able to do what I love, which is running. But before I start that story, I wanted to let you guys know. 2 years ago, I was blessed enough to have REI do a feature story on me on their trail runner blog, and I wanted to read that to you real quick. How trail running helped one Army vet deal with injury and overcome addiction. The addiction part is quite harsh, but I was addicted to my meds. 6 days a week, Todd Short, me, an Army veteran, runs near his home in Woodland Park. High elevation, inclement weather, rough terrain, and damned. Short will be out there logging in 35 to 55 miles a week, running through nature, greeted by deer, mountain lions, and other wildlife. He quickly prepares the next trail race on his schedule. In this case, the Super Half Marathon, where Short hopes to break 130. I did, by the way, 128 something and change, so I crushed that. Yay. For a man whose doctor includes the possibility of a wheelchair in his prognosis, to say Short's PR goal is impressive would be a serious understatement. On the trails, he's probably passing you. Maybe, maybe not. But on paper, he's a disabled veteran. That's true. Short service in the Army spanned 6 years, starting off with the 82nd Airborne Infantry Soldier as a paratrooper. He spent months at a time lugging 80-pound plus packs containing everything he needed to survive the mission. At the time, I weighed about 180 pounds. I'll try not to jump between first person and third person anymore, but 180 pounds, had to carry some serious heavy gear on his ruck. 30-plus pound parachute, 12-pound reserve parachute, 23-pound M60 weapon, machine gun, plus 200 to 300 rounds of ammo that weighed another 14 to 21 pounds. They used a T-10 parachute. That's entire premise is to get me on the ground as quickly as possible without getting shot from the sky. So they equate that to about a 2-story fall with no parachute. So could you not break your leg or compress your spine doing that? Let's see. All that weight and impact, it took its toll. It left me service disabled, neck, back, knee issues, and an injury list is extensive. Lost to 30 to 40% of my hearing in my left ear, tinnitus in both, nerve damage in my left side of my neck, my bone, my arm, bone spur, arthritis in my knee, lower back, degenerative disc disease, arthritis, scoliosis. The damage was done mostly from carrying that stupid rucksack and jumping from planes, plus that darn weapon system that I had to carry. The impact of the jumping on the plane didn't do my knees any favor. He now sports extremely loose ligaments in both, plus he hyperextended his left knee a few times while moving in the night using night vision goggles. And of course, night vision goggles has no depth perception, so you end up just falling in a hole that you don't see. Per his doctors, Short's knee could go out at any time. His back is such bad shape that I could be in a wheelchair, if not now, but in the very near future. I don't play basketball, I don't play tennis anymore, no lateral stuff, but running seems to be okay. Trail running, I've been able to beef up and support my knee a little bit more through the little minutiae of trail running. It's an old picture. Considered too young for back surgery, Short's doctors took the time for the generic route using medicines to keep me comfortable. A never-ending tension lives beneath his scapula, limiting Short's movement, turning to the left by 90%. They tried dry needling the muscle. If they miss, they can puncture my lung. I did that about 3 to 4 times a year. They tried massage, ultrasound. I do massage therapy every 2 weeks. But I don't get any long-term benefits from that. It just keeps me going, so I do get short-term benefits, which I recommend you do a massage if you're a runner. My doctors couldn't figure it out, so they turned to prescription painkillers and nerve blockers like tramadol and gabapentin. Following a day laying flooring in my house, my back went into a furious spasm, landing me in the Denver VA, where the doctors commented, "Well, based on your prescriptions, I bet you were in the infantry, weren't you?" Although the meds did nothing but mask my problems, it's an easy cycle to stay on. They give you the physical and they write you another script, he said. It was comfortable enough, but foggy. I was always just foggy. Very low energy levels, and I'll go on. 5 years, that's how long the cycle continued until the perfect storm blistering in. Short was studying psychology, which now hold my bachelor's degree. He ran out of tramadol. Going into withdrawal, he suffered headaches and cold sweats. I realized I was addicted. It hit me like a hammer over my head. I could not believe it. The realization hit home, it hit hard. I kept sucking down their pills, and the woe is me. I was slowly killing myself with the pain meds. After talking with my wife and my doctor, I decided enough was enough, and I cut them in half, and then I cut them in quarters. It took me about 6 months, and I finally got off all that stuff. I do take Tylenol now. A successful athlete in high school, running back, playing football, track, tennis. I pretty much did whatever they threw at me. Continued running as part of my PT after the Army, in the Army. After service, 5 years of medication and exercise mainly limited to walking my dog. I started running again. I was walking my dog about 5 times a day, then doing 3-mile runs. Those 3-mile slowly turned into 5. My first race back was a 5K road race. I think it was a St. Patty's 5K. And it was painful. Everything hurt. I think I was probably 195 pounds. I was overweight. Yeah. I wrote in my journal comments like, I feel like a fat lard, my back hurts, my knee hurts. I do have that still. I do log miles in all types of weather, including below 0 temperatures. Sorry, that was just for that picture. At first it was a weight management thing, but then I remembered I was pretty darn good at running. So I was in this weird cycle of putting on 30 pounds in the winter and then losing 25 pounds in the summer and spring. Then the next year putting back on the 30, but there were maybe 35. So at my heaviest I was although when he started getting back into it, he trained mostly on the road. Short sticks to the trail running these days, partly out of proximity and partly out of the ease on his joints. He hits the trails 6 to 7 days a week, readily in any weather. This year he invested in top-notch winter running gear and has put it to the test, logging miles in below 0 temperatures. He's also started working with elite athlete and running coach Peter Maximow to improve his race times. Short's training was regimented as Army PT, but it needed to be a different approach. My goal was always 20 miles a week, running 3 to 4 times a week, I say. I wasn't getting any faster. I was placing the same in the middle of the pack. Coach Maximow bumped up his base miles, so Short started covering up to 55 miles a week and moved focus and effort levels instead of time because of the intense terrain Short lives on. My pain is still moderate. My knees can hurt pretty bad when I'm warming up, but after a few miles, it's okay. And my pain has morphed my body. My back is degenerative. It'll get progressively worse, but the exercise has slowed it down, especially with the weight loss. And I probably have a cane when I'm 60, but I'm going to be running with the cane, so watch out. But I'll prolong that as long as I can. Short said on the top of the physical requirements, mental toughness is a major part of surviving the military, and his grit seems to know no bounds. When the doctor said he should be in a wheelchair, I said I refuse that outcome. With that aptitude to overcome, should you ever find yourself entering the same race as Short, it's probably safe to say you won't be in front of him. Laura BAUER, I wanted to thank you personally for writing this great story on me. So we did a telephone interview, and she's the one who wrote that. And she contacted me on Twitter. I was blown away that somebody actually saw my story and was eager to share it. And I hope that I can share this video and this story with other disabled veterans. I work with a bunch, and we listen to what our doctors say, that I'm going to end up in a wheelchair. And the first couple of years, man, I just sat on my couch, and that's where the weight really came on. At my heaviest, I was pushing 225 pounds. I think I even topped that. And you hurt worse. My knees hurt worse. My lower back hurt worse. When I stood up, I got dizzy. I about passed out, and that's from the pain meds. And it was just something that, after that withdrawal, and I was like, holy crap. It was just like a little light bulb went off, and I realized if I continue to go down this path, I am going to be in a wheelchair, and that's not the life that I want to live. And now I get to go I breathe and I live in an environment where I can do this. Oh my God, you know, and I'm just very fortunate that I can. That leads me up to what is going on in 2019. Actually, what the heck is going on next week? C5, C6, C6, C7 discs. I'm doing disc replacement in my neck. Hopefully that allows this strength to come back in my hand. It's ice cold right now. I hope that improves. I hope the numbness goes away. I've got a knot in my upper back that even with massage therapy doesn't go away. They're saying that should be able to reset itself and finally calm down. But what surgery going to do? It's going to put me out from running for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. I'm going to play it safe, but with the replacement versus fusion, I should be able to get back into it a little bit quicker. And I don't want to lose anything that Peter and I have accomplished so far. I'm really in good shape. I'm in good racing shape, and I don't want to sit on the couch and get depressed. And so through these videos, I'm trying to encourage myself. I'll rewatch them, encourage you all to don't do whatever you set your mind to do.